Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to go to Straumsheimsætra. It's a trip I have never been on, so we're going to discover something new together today. So come and walk and talk with me. I spoke before about what a satra is. That's where when we get to the top we have all those cute little cabins with the grass rooftops that were made for the animals. In the olden days they used to milk all the cows and stuff up there, but they do release the animals, the sheep and the cows, in the summertime. You know, they spend the whole summer in nice weathers up in the mountains. So this will be fun for us to try something new, or for me to try something new. Looks beautiful. Okay, I see for one thing, it's a bit steep. So I hope I can talk while I'm hiking. I had 5 days of a migraine, so I'm a little weaker after that, which is normal. But we'll just have to take it a little slow today. That's okay, we'll get there sooner or later. And we had some rainy days in between last time I shot. And I would say today's probably the prettiest I've had all week, so I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with my migraines too. I don't know. But it is pretty, the colors. Oh, I see these things. If you guys have heard about it, but you see the little basket over there? That's frisbee golf. So I guess you could play here in the woods. That's become really popular here. We have one in where I live as well. And there's people that come from all over. That I haven't tried myself, but probably just blow out another shoulder if I tried, so I think I'll kind of stay away from that. Oh. So I got myself some ear pods finally for my first time ever. It was an early birthday gift from my daughter. So I'm trying them out. They're so different. First of all, it's like it shuts out all the sound, or at least in my head. I think it's like I'm in my own little bubble. But I hope they'll be good for hiking and talking to you guys. Yeah. So I have a birthday coming up next Wednesday. And it's a pretty big birthday. I have no bad feelings about it finally this year, so that's good. I'm welcoming this new year, this new beginning. Yeah, it's like a new chapter, right? On this journey we call life. Yesterday, I had also gotten another early gift from my daughter. And I had spoken to a lady who read my cards. And that was amazing. Wow, she was really intuitive and just really said so much that resonated, and it was a beautiful experience. It's pretty cool. I gotta turn you around. We have come up to Velkommen til Trollskoghytta. And that means welcome to the Troll Forest cabin. And you know what? I have been here before. When I was working with the school, we came up here. You could see there's a little place to we say brennbål, like make hot dogs on the fire, and marshmallows, s'mores and stuff. And then this cabin is opened for whoever wants to go in there. And then they have like a little, what is this called? I remember we all sat in there and kind of kept warm. So cute. And you see that the kids have already, this is what I was saying, it's nature. Everything's about learning about nature here in the schools and the preschools. And they'll put the kids out here and they'll start to be able to just saw whatever they want and build whatever they want. And oh, it's so pretty in here. There's even a little, here's a troll rock. Here's a little toilet. Utedo. That's what we call it. How cute is that? And then look at all the moss and the trees. Oh gosh, so pretty. This color green is like one of my favorites. It's so pretty. Here it looks like they cut down a whole tree. It looks like they're starting to build a cool little fort. They even had a fire here. I mean, think about it when you were a kid. Tell me you didn't like to do stuff like this. It's exactly what children should be doing. How cute. Well, that's a children's playground. Nature. I love that. Isn't that fabulous? I love that. There's even a little swing down there. So cute. Okay, now I need to go back and find my path again. But I just had to take you on a quick little trip that I saw. I have to just... So yeah, I was here at a school, like, tour, school trip. Sometimes my brain doesn't know how to think about Norwegian words and English words. Kind of all come together. And yes, there's these like baskets for these what did I say they're called? Frisbee golf. My brain is a little slow after having kind of like this episode of the migraines. It's almost like a episodic thing that happens, like a neurological thing. So excuse me. I'll be a little dingy today, but at least I'm lighter in my head and I'm outside. And it's beautiful. So bear with me, people. Goodness. There's a path down there as well. And here is the river and the waterfall we're starting to come up against. Okay. And I guess this is where the Straumsheimsætra gets their water. So that means you need to respect the water and not like take from it or damage it in any way. Going this way. Okay. I might have to turn you over. See, it's really wet here. I don't want to fall. Okay. It's kind of fun trying new things, but it does kind of make me, I get a little scared. But you see that the paths are really made out and there's signs and everything, so I don't think there's a way for me to get lost. So just trust the process, as they say. You can see, even though it's really steep, or it's like Stairmaster steep, but there's rocks all the way up here along the path. It's like steps. So that makes it pretty much that everyone could do this, Even if you were a runner and running through these trails, which there's a lot of that here as well, you could run this trail. Oh, there's a little bench. And here's Straumsheimsætra. Actually, that big mountain there, the pointy one, that's Straumsheimsætra. And that's a big, almost looks like a volcano if you're on the other side of it. It's really, I think maybe I'll take a seat here for a second and catch my breath a little bit. Okay, that feels nice. Yeah, I could feel I don't have as much endurance today as I normally do, but it's one of those things we just need to stop judging ourselves and expecting outcomes all the time, because we just have to take it as it goes. And I felt like, through all this so-called healing journey I feel like I've been on, it's like I could still feel this expectation that one day everything will just be perfect. And I think I am slowly but surely learning that that's not how it's supposed to be. It's like life is a journey, and like with me, with these migraines are for some reason coming really strong for me this month. And I feel like I've been doing all the right things, eating right and exercising and all those kind of things. So I feel like for whatever reason, is it my body telling me something? Is it just something I need to go through? Is it another lesson? I don't know. Again, I think way too much. And I'm just trying to, this is how it is for right now. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be this way. And, again, not judging it if I have to rest for a few days. And even just like I said, coming out of it, it takes a few days to come out of something like that, because like I am. I'm a little weaker today and a little slower in my thinking process. Is but I'm okay and I'm good, and I think that's what I really need to focus on, and continue sharing my story and continue sharing myself. So I'm learning as I'm going. Life is all about duality and light and dark, and so are we. And just trying to find the balance within us and ourselves. I think that's when real growth happens. And I think that your true self emerges in a way. Like, I feel like I'm at the point, finally, that I'm not worried about judgment. And that's been a huge thing all my life. Of course, I was in the modeling industry and I was constantly being judged, right? But then once I came to Norway and really didn't have any of what I've always known. Like I didn't have, the modeling or the acting or that creative outlet. I felt lost in a lot of ways, and then I realized all those years I was trying to say, it's not me, it's not me. I feel like it's actually a lot of who I am, and that was okay too. Like that was my job, We do identify a lot with what we do in life, But I always felt like, and I still feel like I have a lot to say, I went through a lot, and I experienced a lot, and I saw a lot. And I think all of that needs to be shared. That's what I think. Okay, I'm going to start walking and get a little further up the hill now. Okay? All right, come along. Just a little reflection. 5-minute reflection. We'll call it that, okay? Okay, let's see. I think we are going to... There's paths all over this mountain. Well, now I feel like I got a good rest. I could talk without huffing and puffing in your guys' ear. So that's good. You could just speed up all the other stuff you don't want to listen to and get to the good stuff when we get to the top, and you guys can see the beautiful view, and also the cabins, which I'm hoping are up here. Like I said, I only had gotten too far to that little troll hytta down there before. I guess I'm heading this way. Oh gosh. Definitely a deep thinker, deep filler, and although some may say sensitive, and I am now, I'm very sensitive, but again, I'm trying to embrace that and realize that that's also a gift in a lot of ways, because I could feel others' pain. I could know. It's like a very good social, I notice social cues way earlier than maybe the average person does. But I would say growing up, of course, like through my teens and when I was traveling and stuff, I had a hard shell on me, man. I was like as tough as nails because I had to be, And then I think with the situation I was in, I haven't mentioned too much, but my first boyfriend, who I was with for 10 years, was very abusive, and exactly reasons now I do, but at the time I didn't. I was just more ashamed and embarrassed, and you kind of numb yourself out. So it wasn't like I was somebody who cried, or I just toughed right through it. So now at this age, it's like I cry every freaking... I see something beautiful and I cry. It's like, it doesn't even have to be sad. Everything touches me so deeply. So, it's really pretty. And now we're coming, I'm going to turn you around. This probably would be, if you can see, we have a lake down there. We can also walk around that. I'll do that one day. Of course, that's flatter, but that's also a really beautiful trip. And here, oh, how pretty. Would this be considered the lookout point? Maybe that was where we were, but this was definitely a better view. Look at this. This area would be Straumsheimsætra, like I said, and then this area here. See, there's a bridge over there. That's Sikkelven. Yeah, we walked up there when I went to Fagrefjell. I kind of showed you. That's where the ferry comes in and out of. We still have, there's no signs that show how far I have to go. But, all right, so we just keep going. So yeah, this birthday or this new year, it's all about acceptance, non-judgment, and integrating all aspects of ourselves and really living our most authentic and fulfilled life, you know? Do the things you love. And you know, at this age, it's like, I realize, you know, at some point you're busy with everything else. You kind of stop creating goals, you know? When I was young, I had so many goals and accomplished them. And then you kind of like forget that we shouldn't stop. We should always have something, have an intention and create a goal. Another thing, you guys need to ask yourself, what is it that you need? What is it that you need in your relationships? What is it that you need from your work, from your peers, from your friends, from your family? That's something new too. I'm just like finally asking myself. Remember those things you used to love to do and who you were before the world kind of told you something else, you know? Because I think that is there's a lot of clues in finding that out and kind of remembering, right? Yeah, it's all about remembering, because we intuitively know what it is we need. We also know what we need to do, and we just constantly look and ask outward for approval, and I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to do what I want to do. And I think you should too. Yes, I think you should too. The life kind of redirects you right back to yourself. I think that's what it's trying to do all the time. Yes. Okay, I'll turn the camera. Okay, so I've been hiking now for an hour or so, and it just keeps getting steeper and steeper, so it hasn't leveled out at any point. So it is like maybe kind of like Ringdalen when I took you up there. Goodness, it would have been smart for me to take a water bottle. Holy cow, I did not think it was going to be this steep. And I'm just thinking of the poor little milk ladies that used to have to come up here and take care of the cows and the sheep and stuff in the old days. They would milk them up here and stuff. I think I would drink all the milk by the time I came down the mountain because I'm really thirsty. Oh gosh, and it's so steep. I'll turn you around. It's just getting steeper and steeper. You know, me and my friend walked around the lake a few days back. It was her that mentioned this hike to me. And she had mentioned that one day we can go together. Did not tell me how steep it is or how long it's going to take. I guess that's my problem, because I should probably research that stuff before I start recording, right? Lesson learned. Oh, I hope I can make this. I can't, like, you know, set you all up for something. Here's a tree in the middle of the path. It's supposed to be a path that I'm supposed to be on. Okay. Let's go. Oh no, I could go up even further this way. So yeah, it was a little bit more of a challenge than I anticipated, but that's okay. It's kind of like how life is, right? There's always a little challenge there. Oh God, I just hope I can do this. I think I kind of, when I go up like after an hour, my brain starts thinking, well, I also have to get down. And that's harder on the knees, you know. And it is pretty slippery because we have all this rain, but I'm assuming It's right over this hill. Once I get up to the top, the Sætra normally levels out and should be in a valley, but it just doesn't look like there's a valley for a long time. Oh goodness. Okay. I sure hope it's worth it. I tell you what, I don't know what to expect today. I don't know. Up till now I've been kind of hiking where I normally hike, and I know I could do it. This is definitely a challenge for me, but I'm hoping it will just, once we come over this ridge, maybe we're getting close. I'll turn you around. Hoping that right above that will be, but there's just been no signs. But it is very steep, and I hope going down is not going to be that bad. Good, as I noticed that some of these times it almost doesn't even look like a path. Like right now there's so much trees broken down and stuff, right? And it almost looks like there could be a path that way. But there is something, there's a group of girls, I think, they call stick ut, and they create these trails, or it's not them creating the trails, but they have like an app where you can find trails from the stick ut app, and it's them with the red dots. So that's great, because I wouldn't have thought that this was actually a path, but since I saw that, I know it is, and I therefore can keep going. Oh, it is slippery. Shoot, it's gonna be hard going down. Oh. Okay, I'm starting to feel hope again, because it looks like we're coming up to something up here. Wow. Okay. Some ruins. Okay. So it looks like we made it. Oh goodness. Like I said, here there is an old pile of what once was. You can kind of see there's the little entrance. Here is another one. So this wasn't obviously in use now. This too was one. I'll turn you around for a second. Here's another old one. I wonder how old these actually are. Here's the mountain we've been climbing up against. These ones maybe look like there's a little pipa, a little like fireplace, I don't know, something where they smoke something at least. And there's another old one. Okay, and there's another old one. There's not much left of here. That one's still standing, and this one is still standing. This one looks like, you see, that's new wood, a new roof, and definitely a new chimney, I guess. We are way up here, though. Yeah, this looks like... I don't know if anybody uses it. This one was cute. Look how tiny little doors are. It's for the trolls. Oh my goodness. Talk about fairy tale. Let's see. This one doesn't just have grass, it has trees growing on it. Oh my goodness, it's really cute though. Oh cool, look, this has like, oh, so cute. This even has little curtains in the window. And you see this? I think I could think the animals would stay under, and then it would kind of heat up the whole house, or what do you call it, a house? And I think that one was really cute though. And there is some here. It could have been that this is actually where the old one, the original, was. And then this is probably more newer. It sure looks that way to me. I'm gonna climb up here a little bit. What's this? Yeah, I bet you that's what it is. Wow, it's peaceful up here though. Me and the trolls. Well, I would say there hasn't been too many animals up here because the grass, if you see like below my feet, is just really, really high. So if there was sheep and cows or goats or whatever, they would be eating all of this. So, but there is like little curtains, and I could see there's little vases or something in there. So maybe they just use it for something. This one here, we'll walk down to, has a little balcony. The one that has this one down here, has the little like fireplace as well. You see the grass is like, oh, this one's definitely been, I'll have to turn you around. I sure feel connected to the land here. You know, I really do. There's something with where our ancestors came from, and it goes really deep. And I think I have felt that. I always felt that when I came here. There was a sense of peace, and ever since I was a little girl. Both my parents came from Norway, different parts of Norway, but and all my grandparents and everybody. So I am full-blooded Norwegian. It's just that I was born in California. So that was our trip to Straumsheimsætra. Wasn't that what it was called?
Straumsheimsætra.
And although it was a challenge, it was a beautiful challenge. And we know of a new place now. And I could say I've been here, and I can mark that one off my list. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little trip. And now I had to work my way down. See if that takes me an hour. Hopefully it doesn't. I'll just sit on my butt and slide down. Okay? So until next time, you must have a beautiful day. Bye for now.